Hello, my beautiful souls, and greetings. Welcome to my channel, Astroka. I'm Cassandra, and today I'm inviting you to go outside right after sunset and look up into the sky. You will be able to see with your bare eyes a real conjunction between Venus and Jupiter. It's amazing to see. You may have already seen it. They are the two brightest stars in the sky right now, right after sunset. And the conjunction have been building up. We have been having Jupiter a bit above and Venus a little bit lower. And as the days went, Venus will go up, and she will be on the same horizontal line as Jupiter. And the conjunction will be exact on Tuesday, 9th of June at 7:46 p.m. So this is the time, the exact time of the conjunction. If you want to do a ritual, you want to set some intentions, if you simply want to meditate at this time, this is the time to do it. Otherwise, wherever you are in the world, right after sunset, you will be able to see Jupiter and Venus really close, right next to each other in the constellation of Gemini. So on the astrological chart, the conjunction will occur at 25 degrees and 46 minutes in the tropical sign of Cancer. So if you have any planets at 25 degrees in your chart, on cardinal signs such as Aries, Libra, or Capricorn, you will feel this very much because it will be squaring this point. So the energy will come to you in a very intense way, let's say this like this, but the effects will be benefic because we are talking about Venus and Jupiter. Venus and Jupiter can only bring you good things in your life. Many blessings on the material plane and many blessings on the spiritual plane. Venus is about love, relationships, harmony, beauty, wealth, abundance. It's about good food. It's about the five senses. So it's about the pleasures in life. It's about the voice also. So you may have a nicer voice. It's also about charm. It's also about fluidity in relationships and exchange with other people. And Jupiter is all about growth, expansion, luck. It's about raising your understanding of higher knowledge. It's about expanding your horizon. It's about expanding your perspective in life. It's about travel. It's about maybe someone can come into your life as a mentor, a guru, or a father figure that will teach you something to expand your mind. So it's a very spiritual planet, and so Jupiter is a very spiritual energy. It rules both Sagittarius and Pisces, and Venus rules Taurus, the sign of Taurus, and the sign of Libra. So on one hand, it's very earthy, and on the other hand, it's a very air energy where it's all about relationships, conversations, and exchange with other people. So I really encourage you to welcome these energies in your life, and check out if you have any planets around 25 degrees in your chart, if you know your chart. Anything between 20 degrees and 29 degrees Cancer, you will be feeling this very, very much. If you have any planets in these degrees in the water signs such as Scorpio or Pisces, you will have a free-flowing energy of Venus and Jupiter coming towards these two degrees, 25 degrees in the sign of Scorpio or Pisces. And also the earth signs such as Venus and Virgo will also benefit from these energies, especially the ones who have any house cusp or planets or ascendant or midheaven around 25 degrees. It will be very benefic because it will be sextiling those signs. So If you want to know more about it, I will be diving deeper into this conjunction. We will be looking at the actual chart of the conjunction, and we'll also be going through all the different signs to see how this conjunction will play out in each one's sector of life. So without further ado, let's dive in. So here we have our chart of the exact conjunction between Venus and Jupiter. Venus and Jupiter are joining up at 25 degrees and 46 minutes, so right at the end of the tropical Cancer sign. And there is also Mercury at 12 degrees and 26 minutes in the sign of Cancer. And later this month, actually at the end of the month, on the 29th of June, Mercury will be going retrograde at 26 degrees and 15 minutes Cancer, basically 1 degree orb from where the actual conjunction between Venus and Jupiter are happening right now. And this is interesting because right now Mercury is already slowing down its pace as it's moved towards its point of retrograde of the stationary degree. And so when a planet slows down and stops and gets ready to move backwards, well, the fact of remaining stationary at one particular degree in the chart energizes this place, because the planet, instead of just moving past it in a very quickly manner, it remains there longer, so it brings in this area of the sky much more energy. So whatever you have at 25 degrees and 26 degrees Cancer, or in other part of the chart, as discussed, if you have anything in the sign of Scorpio, Pisces, your planets or angular points will be trining this conjunction and the stationary degree of Mercury. So this is very positive. If you have anything at 25 degrees in the cardinal signs, such as Aries, Libra, Capricorn, around 25 degrees, 26 degrees, well, you will be squaring this conjunction and stationary degree of Mercury. So the energy will be much more, tense, much more harsh, much more electric, or kind of difficult to maneuver. So watch out for this. But the blessings brought by Venus and Jupiter are really, above any other thing you may experience regarding to some dissonant aspects in the sky. So what I want to say is, whatever happens at this moment will ultimately pour into your life something good, blessings, because Venus is the sign. Venus is the planet that brings you because Venus is a benefic planet, and it touches everything related to harmony, beauty, relationships. It's also about value, wealth, abundance. It's about the voice. It's about your self-worth. It's about the five senses, the pleasures in life. Venus is all about the good things on the material plane, and it will bless you in the area the sign of Cancer is in your chart with these material blessings. You will feel it, you will see it in some kind of shape or form. And Jupiter is called Guru in Vedic astrology, and And Jupiter is more about the blessings through wisdom, through spiritual growth. It's allowing you to access to higher knowledge. It can even bring to you in your life some kind of mentor figure, father figure, or someone important that will open the doors for you and create opportunities for you. Jupiter is really the luck bringer. It brings luck into your life wherever it sits. So having Venus, the material blessings, and Jupiter, the spiritual blessing, coming together for this conjunction is a really special one. And yeah, this is something you should think about at least during the whole day on the 9th of June. And it's a good time to formulate your intentions, think about what you want in your life, visualize the things you would like to welcome into your life. It's also a good time to show gratitude to the universe for all the blessing you have already received in the past and in the present and in the future also. And also it's always good to go outside and contemplate the two bright stars in the sky, because they are visible right now right after sunset, and it's really amazing to be able to witness in real life the conjunction between the two most beautiful planets we have, and the two benefic planets we have also. So this is for the sign of Cancer. So the ruling planet of Cancer is the Moon, of course, and the Moon, as you can see on the chart, is in the sign of Aries. A couple of hours before, it was joined with Neptune, and it will continue its course towards Vesta at 11 degrees and Saturn at 12 degrees 56. It will do so in the coming hours after the conjunction between Venus and Jupiter. The Moon in Aries is in a fiery sign, and it is squaring its own sign. Aries is a cardinal sign, so it's about taking action, doing things, starting things, initiating things. And the Moon is all about our mind, our thoughts, our emotions, our reactivity to the outer world. So it's the Moon, if you want, our emotional reaction is taking on kind of a Martian vibe. It's very reactive, very aggressive, very it's an angry moon. It's a moon that wants action, that wants to move. It's a moon that just start think before thinking about it. It's a moon that just wants to go. Be gentle with yourself. No, don't try not to be carried out or overwhelmed by your own emotions. It's not always easy because the moon is in Aries, but just know that if the emotions are somehow fired up, it's because the moon is in a fire sign. Going back to the sign of Cancer, so we have Venus and Jupiter. This area of the sky where the conjunction is happening is called Punarvasu. It's the lunar mansion of Punarvasu nakshatra. And Punarvasu is ruled by, guess who? Jupiter. So Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and Jupiter is also in its own ruling nakshatra, meaning that we have a very powerful Jupiter here. It's not just Jupiter and Venus, it's a powerful Jupiter with Venus in an exalted sign. So these are good news. We can expect the energy to be much more powerful than we may expect. And Punarvasu is symbolized by a quiver of arrows. We all know that Jupiter is the ruling planet of the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a man with a body of a horse, and usually he's represented with an arc and an arrow, a bow and an arrow, ready to throw the arrow towards a goal, a direction. So the symbolism of Jupiter is very much present in this lunar mansion where the conjunction is. And Punarvasu's deity is called Aditi, which is the mother of the gods. So we also see that we have, again, the symbolism of nurturing. It's about nurturing the soul and the house of the soul. It's about taking care, receiving care. It's about renewal also. It's a renewal of energy. It's about abundance because of Jupiter, the growth, the expansion. And it's also about the blessings from the universe, universal support. So when we speak of Punarvasu, usually we say that, you know, if you've lost something or something went wrong in your life, or you know, if you're finding yourself in some kind of a desperate situation, well, Punarvasu has the power to help you regain the strength to rebuild and restore or bring back to life anything that seemed lost before. Literally, Punarvasu means the twin restores of goods, and it also symbolizes the return of the light, and which makes sense because after the sign of Cancer comes the sign of Leo, which is the sign of the sun. So all these are pretty much good news. And as you can see, this conjunction is really a special one in this special part of the sky. So let's look at the aspects now. We have, let's start with the difficult aspects. There are a couple of them. We have Uranus in the sign of Gemini making a T-square to the lunar nodes. So we have the North Node at 2 degrees 54 in the sign of Pisces, and we have the South Node 2 degrees 54 in the sign of Virgo. So Uranus is all about sudden change. It's about breakthroughs. It's about, you know, rebellion, and also individuation. It's about finding your place in the world among a group or among your community or the society. And it's about being different from others, and being you know, proud of being different, by bringing what you can do with a contribution to the world. And being at the T point, at the apex of this T square between the lunar nodes, means that whatever is going to change, or whatever unexpected event that disturbs your life at the moment, during this period, in the coming days, because the exact T-square is still building up, so we still have a couple of days and weeks before it gets exact. So we have like a window of time where whatever change, big change can happen, unexpected change, unexpected insights. This breakthrough is somehow very important for your destiny. On one side, you have to still work on releasing the Virgo energies, purifying the Virgo energies, excess overthinking, excess control, excess perfectionism, excess need to focus on the small details. And the North Node is invited all of us to be more compassionate with ourselves and others, and to trust the universe, trust life, and trust that everything is in control. There's a divine plan. There's a divine plan that is orchestrating the world and all of our individual lives. So this square can be shaky. It can be disruptive, but if you show flexibility, if you lean on the letting go process, you will actually, get benefits from accepting the changes in your life. Then we have another square. This time it's a square between Mercury and Saturn. So Mercury is at 12 degrees 26 of Cancer, and Saturn is at 12 degrees 56 of Aries. So the square is almost exact. It's very, very tight, and it will be exact in a couple of hours later on the 10th of June, and it will be exact at 12 degrees and 58 minutes. So yeah, it's going to, it's really, you may really feel it. So what is it about? It's about a reality check between what we think and the concrete actions we need to take. I think it's something like this. And Mercury being in Cancer is an internal Mercury, meaning that the thought process is very much tied to your emotions at the moment. So you may be feeling very much what you think, and there may be some kind of a heightened resonance between your cognitive thoughts and your heart feelings and emotions. And all of this is being tested by Saturn's energy in Aries, which is asking you to get real about what you think, what you feel, what you desire, what nourishes you, in order to take the concrete steps, the concrete action in order to reach to your goals. Remember last month in April? No. Remember the conjunction between Mars and Saturn back in April. This was the start of a 2-year star cycle in order to make something you really want for yourself concrete. So Saturn is, regularly testing each one of the planets as they go around the zodiac circle, and every time we have a square with Saturn is really a reality check. It's like a moment to pause and to think seriously about where we are right now, and what we've been doing, and what is our current thoughts about what we are doing, and the future action we are going to take. It's really a reality checkpoint. So watch out for this, but don't be too dramatic about it. Don't worry too much, because we have in the sign of Cancer the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, and this is a major conjunction. The blessings will be felt much more stronger than any other square in the chart. You may feel in the background that something important is unfolding in your life. Perhaps the closeness of the Moon and Saturn tells me that you may not be able to put words on it or really grasp it fully, but you may feel it deeply, and this is what counts. And the idea is really to follow the guidance of the North Node in Pisces, and to trust life, and follow the direction of Saturn, which is asking us for mature actions in whatever we decide to do. This is the main challenge, if so to speak. Then we also have, we can also have a square between Mercury and the Moon. It's a 6-degree orb, and the square will be tightening as the Moon moves towards the 12 degrees where Mercury is. So, and there is also a square between Mercury and Vesta also. So Vesta is about devotion, personal commitment to something we truly want. And Vesta is all about harmony and inner balance and devotions. So Vesta in Aries is about being committed to what really matters to you, because we're in the Aries is all about the self. And it's Vesta is asking you to commit to what matters to yourself. And the Moon will be moving through Vesta and then Saturn, so it will really light up these themes for you. And the square with Mercury in Cancer is really there to draw your attention on all of this. It's not something you shouldn't think about. It's really something you have to take time to process, to meditate on, and to make a wise decision about. Then we have a yod. We have a yod because we have a sextile between the midpoint of the Moon and Neptune. The Moon is at 6 degrees 17 and Neptune at 4 degrees 12, so the midpoint is roughly around 5 degrees. And Pluto in Aquarius, which is retrograde, is at 5 degrees 15. So the midpoint between the Moon and Neptune is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. And both of these points are making quincunxes, which is 150 degrees aspect to the South Node in Virgo. So there is an orb of roughly little less than 3 degrees between Pluto and the South Node, and also the midpoint of Moon and Neptune and the South Node. Nevertheless, this is still a yod that is keeping persisting. It's been there for a couple of weeks and months now, and it seems that Pluto, which is about transformation, and Neptune, which is about our spiritual connection, our dreams, our surrender to what is beyond our control and our understanding, trust in life, so to speak. Well, these energies are really pressuring us to let go of the Virgo energy, release excessive need of control and need of control everything in our everyday life. So yeah, the yod is still there. So this really sustains our efforts in that direction. It's something we have to keep on working in the background. We're not over this yod yet. So we also have a square between Venus and Jupiter conjunction and Chiron in Aries. So this square has roughly 4-degree orb. Chiron is at the anaretic degree of Aries. The anaretic degree is the last degree of a sign. Every sign is 30 degrees. So when you have a planet or a point or an angular house, a cusp, at 29 degrees of any sign, it's like the whole energy of the sign is trying to push through one last time in a concentrated manner before the planet moves into the next sign. So Chiron here is like it's finalizing all the work we've been doing, working on our wounds related to our personal issues. It's been we've been very much focused or taking personally whatever was hurting in our life, and we had to look at it, take care of it, and seek healing. And the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter squaring Chiron, the anaretic Chiron, is really about using the blessing that we receive in order to finish the healing process or whatever needed to be healed at a personal level. Because Chiron is going to enter the sign of Taurus on the 19th of June, after the new moon. So that's in just a couple of days, and the energy will be much more different. We will move from a Chiron tied to our personal wounds into a Chiron that will speak more about our what needs to be healed regarding our values, our self-worth, self-esteem, also money, also resources, or the voice, all the Taurus Venetian themes of our life. But we'll speak about this later on. We have a trine between Uranus, 2 degrees 34 of Gemini, and retrograde Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, 5 degrees 15. This trine is going to build up in the coming weeks, and actually this is the preparation phase for a huge mega figure we rarely had. There will be a very important event on the 19th of July, and we'll have the outer planets plus the moon all sextiling each other and trining each other, and it will look like a hexagram in the sky. So this trine between Uranus, which is about change, breakthrough, unexpected events, all of this related to the Gemini energy, which is about speech, expression, information, medias, news, our communities, neighbors, brothers and sisters, all of this. The energy of change is free-flowing with the energy of transformation of Pluto, which is about the death and rebirth process in the sign of Aquarius, which is about really technology, the crowd. It's also about manifestations, protest, ideologies, all of these mass movement kind of movement. So both of these are really building up a relationship together, and there will be a trine that will be really getting more and more exact as we move towards the month of July. So keep in mind this trine, because we haven't had a trine between Uranus and Pluto for a long while. So this is very, very new energy here. And it's not because it's a trine that it's, everything is cool. Because we still have Uranus, which is about disruptions, rebellion, and unexpected events. So we don't know what's going to happen with Uranus. And we have Pluto, which is about transformation, death, rebirth, destruction, reconstruction, resilience, crisis. It's about going deep into the psychology and the trauma and all the healing process that needs to be done, the shadow work. And being in the Aquarius, we can suspect that all of this transformation energy has something to do at a collective level more than an individual level. Well, at an individual level, it's our relationships to everything we see in the outer world, all the ideologies, the informations, the transformation of what is brought by technology. All of this is forcing us to transform ourselves. So there is always an exchange. Anyways, there's always a relationship between the individual and the collective. So this was all about the aspects. So we have Mercury that will be going retrograde on the 29th of June. It will be retrograde for a couple of weeks. It is now in its shadow period, meaning that it will come back to these degrees when it will be going back direct. So whatever is happening between now and the 29th of June, Mercury will be coming back on these points, on these events. You may be revisiting some thoughts or some communications or some kind of emails or letters or procedures. It's something that will come back. It's a boomerang effect, if you like. And on the 13th of June, Venus is going to move into the sign of Leo. So Venus is going to change her style. It will go from an introverted Venus, which is very much connected to the emotions, the feelings, the inner world. It will become a much more externalized Venus, more dramatic Venus, more look at me Venus. So we'll talk about that in the coming weeks. And we have a new moon that is coming up. The new moon will be on the 15th of June at 2:55 a.m. Universal Time. And the new moon will occur at 24 degrees and 3 minutes in the sign of Gemini. So the sun is right now at 18 degrees 59 minutes in the sign of Gemini. So it still has let's say 6 degrees to go. So we're approaching the new moon at a big speed. So get ready. The moon is waning, and usually this is the time to start slowing down whatever you've been working on. When the moon approaches the new moon, it's time to start to get back inside and inwards and prepare the next lunar cycle. Usually the new moon are 3 days where we should be staying still within us. It's good for meditations, for rituals, for anything, occult practices, spiritual practices, introspections. And when the moon becomes visible 3 days after the new moon, this is when you start to reactivate your energies and start going outward again. This is what the ancients were saying. Nowadays, our modern world has led the humankind to a different kind of lifestyle. But if you are interested to work with the lunations, well, it's actually going to help you to realign on the natural cycles of the universe. And the moon is so much important because it rules the water, it rules our emotional body, and it's important for women because it rules the menstruations. And for everyone, the moon rules our mood. So every 2.5 days, the moon changes signs. It moves very, very quickly in the sky. So this is why mood change so fast, and this is why people with very important planets or points in the sign of Cancers are very sensitive, because the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon, and the moon is a very, very fast moving celestial object. So this is all for the aspects. Now let's go into the sign by sign and see what Venus and Jupiter has to do for you.